Good morning, Port St. Lucie. Welcome back to another episode of PSL Daily Download, your first stop to all things real estate in Port St. Lucie. Today is June 5th, 2024. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're having a great week. Today we got a lot of good stuff to cover. We're going to start with inventory. We're going to touch on some information on mortgage rates, and I'm actually going to give you some of my thoughts on that, which I usually don't try to put too much opinions into these videos. And then also we're going to touch on the market, and we're going to finish off with a video from Resi Club on inventory in Florida and how it's changed over the last year. So hold on tight for that. But other than that, let's dive in. Let's look at the numbers and get started here. So the first thing I'm going to do is hopefully give me 1 second here. Better. Perfect. Okay. Here we go. So inventory. So as of this morning, we have 2336. So I haven't mentioned this in the last few videos, but that is basically a manual tracker from Realtor.com that I track. I track properties that are on the market, which excludes any land properties, just a vacant land, or properties that are currently or listings that are currently under contract, okay, or pending. So and these are the buckets in which I'll kind of go over this morning. But again, these are manual trackers that I physically track every day. So this morning we're starting the day at 2336, which is a decrease of 0.17%. Properties listed under 375 I have at 586, which is a decrease month to date of a little bit more than 2%. Not too much change on the properties over 375. They've only increased slightly. Properties that are with a reduced price, listed with a reduced price, have continued the trend that started last month. And those are actually down 2.85%, close to 3%. And then lastly, properties that are listed on the market for rent have increased 2%. So not a lot of movement. And again, it's only the beginning of the month. So we'll continue to track it. But we definitely saw the changing tide last month compared to, the previous months that I've been tracking this. So we'll continue to follow that, see if it changes. All right, so we're on Mortgage News Daily's daily rate survey. Let me make sure it's all right. There we go. And this is their survey tracker. So basically, they track some lenders and they provide what the rate that they're being told that they're offered, that their clients are offering from those lenders. So they have the 30-year fixed rate at 7.07%. That is down 0.04%. The 30-year FHA is at 6.62%, and that is unchanged. So I have received rates already this morning. It's about right after 11 o'clock as I'm recording this, and they're basically showing also unchanged across the board. So not too much movement overnight from this to this morning, but we'll continue to track that, and I'll give you my opinions on the mortgage in 1 second here. But let's jump into the U.S. market. On CNBC's market tracker here. So you'll see that the indexes, the Dow, the Nasdaq, S&P, they're all up this morning. Which there was a trend that I've been seeing throughout the day. Those three have actually been negative. Basically, I don't know if it's open 8 hours out of the day, but the first 7 hours out of the day, it's like they're down. And then that last hour, it's just cranking back up into the positive. So this is kind of a change. Although they've finished positive, they have not started positive. So we'll see where the market goes, but we're actually starting positive this morning. The US 10-year Treasury yield is at 4.291. Again, this is what mortgage rates follow loosely, and that is down 0.045%, or I'm sorry, 0.045, or down 1.038%. Okay, so here's what I wanted to talk about mortgage rates. So if I was a betting man, again, this is not no forecast. I could tell you I'm 50% of the time I'm wrong. The other 50% I'm right? So flip a coin if I'm right or wrong. But if I was a betting man, I would say that we've probably seen the real change in mortgage rates now. So although we might have some increases in mortgage rates, unless something happens, all the reports, all the numbers that are coming out showing the market's getting a little bit weaker. The economy is slowing down just a little bit. Jobs are not as abundant, or as they don't have that pressure for the JOLTS report for openings. All of those numbers are coming down. Although unemployment has not really increased, the economy looks like it's starting to slow down, at least from what I track. Based on that, I would assume that unless something changes, this trend will either stabilize where it's at now, or will continue to increase, or continue to go down as far as the rates go, as the economy slows down. Now, there's a lot of people that are expecting a recession. I don't know, like I said, but the biggest key here is what we're doing, which is working in the real estate market and mortgages. So we'll just track this to see kind of where it ends. But I think we've kind of seen maybe a little bit of a turning point on that front. Okay. So we'll see. All right. So this is the article from Resi Club, and this is written by Lance Lambert, June 4th. Yep, yesterday, 2024. It's titled "Texas is officially back above pre-pandemic inventory levels. These states are close behind." So yes, I am talking about Florida, not Texas. So I'm actually going to scroll down. I'm going to kind of skip all this just to kind of get to the map and this little part of the article that I'm going to read here. So let me just touch on the map here. So 1 year change, active housing inventory for sale shift between May 2023 and May 2024. So what do we see here? Look at this 70%, man. That is huge. As a matter of fact, the closest one is what is that? Is that bad? Is that Nevada? Yes, I believe that's Nevada. New Mexico. Nope, that's New Mexico. Sorry, this is Nevada. So I believe that's New Mexico. I don't know my states, probably. So that's down 68%, as you can see right over here. That's the closest to Florida. We're at 70%, obviously leading the pack in year over year increases. Keep in mind that inventory is hyper local, so not even a state or sometimes even a city uh, numbers, percentages really reflect that whole section. So although inventory is up 70% for the state, your local market, your local neighborhood, even if it's in Port St. Lucie, may not have increased 70%. There might be bidding wars, and it might be an overly requested area where people are trying to move into. So keep that in mind. So that does not mean that every place in Florida has increased 70%. So let's just jump into this little article here. Meanwhile, again, they were talking about Nevada prior to that, but meanwhile, active listings are up 70% in Florida, one on a year over year basis. The biggest Florida inventory increase is concentrated in sections of Southwest Florida, in particular in market like Cape Coral and Fort Myers, which were hard hit by Hurricane Ian in September of 2022. This combination of increased housing supply for sale, the damaged homes, coupled with the strained demand, the result of spiked home prices, spiked mortgage rates, higher insurance man, there's a lot of bad things going on at the same time, and higher HOAs has translated into market softening across much of Southwest Florida. I like when they use that word softening. It's kind of like softening the blow of, hey, it's going crazy, right? Like, oh, no, it's just softening. Anyway, in addition, Florida's coastal condo market is dealing with the after effects of regulations passed following the Surfside condo collapse in 2021. So I'll kind of touch on that. That's a huge problem. That collapse at Surfside, that has definitely affected the condo market in the Treasure Coast, across Florida, especially where a lot of these associations now have to collect money not only to have enough reserves, but they also have to do these inspections and sometimes they're like a 20-year inspection, and of course they haven't been done, so they have to collect money for that. And these things cost hundreds of thousands, if not millions, on some of these insane condos. So they're collecting money for that. So who's paying for that, right? The homeowner. Who's going to be paying for that? The new buyer may have to put money into an additional assessment fee to cover that, and then hire monthly associations or quarterly associations. So at the end of the day, the homeowner is going to pay those for all those inspections or higher insurance costs, which is another problem, like it mentioned in this article. So but just keep in mind when you see, or if you see this 70%, just know that it's not specifically, I'm not definitely not seeing that. And we could see that on a daily basis when I go over the inventory. We're not seeing that here in the Treasure Coast. Will it come here? We don't know, but it is not here right now. And these numbers are reflective of more of areas that are more under pressure because of kind of the things that I mentioned in this article, specifically those in Southwest Florida. So, other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're having a great week. If you did, please don't forget to click that like and that subscribe button. I'm going to go ahead and put a video right over here, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.